Let's continue our discussion. Again, when the food from your mouth reaches the esophagus and then enters the stomach, be it will actually mix with the gastric secretions. Now it becomes your chyme, or we call it as your chyme. So after that, um, this mixing this mixing movements between the food and then the gastric secretions is the reason why the stomach is known as your mixing chamber. Again, it's known as your mixing chamber. Next, we have the regions of the stomach. But before that, your stomach also controls the rate of delivery of the chyme to the small intestine, which will give efficient digestion and absorption of the nutrients from the food towards your body. Next, the regions of the stomach. So we have the cardia. So this cardia, as you can see here, this is the cardia or the cardiac region of the stomach. So it surrounds the opening of the esophagus into the stomach, the rounded portion superior to and to the left of the cardia. Again, superior and to the left of the cardia is your fundus. So this is another region. Inferior to the fundus is the large central portion of the stomach, which is known as the body. So this is the body of the stomach. Then, the pyloric part of this, or the pyloric region, or the pyloric region of the stomach is divided into three. Okay, so we have first the pyloric antrum. So this pyloric antrum connects to the body of the stomach. Okay, again, this pyloric antrum, it connects actually to the body of the stomach. Next is the pyloric canal, this part. So this is the second region, and it leads to the third region, which is the pylorus itself. So again, it is divided into the pyloric antrum, pyloric canal, and then the pylorus. Now, this pylorus will be connected towards the first part of your small intestine, which is the duodenum. Okay. Aside from the regions, we also have the stomach also has rugae. So when the stomach is empty, the mucosa lies in the large folds or rugae. These rugae can be seen with the unaided eye. So as you can see here, this part is or these features are your rugae of the mucosa. So the pylorus communicates with the duodenum of the small intestine via a smooth muscle sphincter called your pyloric sphincter. So if this is the pylorus, we have here the pyloric sphincter, okay, which connects or which is found in between the pylorus and then the duodenum. Next, so as you can see in our stomach, we have two openings. We have the cardiac orifice, which divides the lower part of your esophagus and then the upper part or the cardiac portion of your stomach. And then we have here the pyloric orifice, which is found between the pylorus and then the duodenum. So aside from openings, our stomach contains also curvatures. So take note that the concave medial border of the stomach right here is called the lesser curvature. On the other hand, the convex border is called your greater curvature. So take note that the lesser curvature forms the right border of the stomach and extends from the cardiac orifice right here to the pylorus. It is suspended from the liver by the lesser omentum. Next, the greater curvature um, is much longer than the lesser curvature and extends from the left of the cardiac orifice right here over the dome of the fundus and along the left border of the stomach to the pylorus also. So, in relation to the stomach, we have here another condition that we will have just a brief overview. We have the gastric ulcer. So, gastric meaning stomach. You can also call this as a stomach ulcer. So gastric ulcers are breaks in the mucosa of the stomach lining that penetrates through the muscularis mucosa and extends more than 5 millimeters in diameter. When alterations occur to the defense mechanisms of the stomach, it can cause changes in the gastric mucosa, which will eventually result in erosion and then ulceration. Now, the most common bacteria that may cause gastric ulcer is your Helicobacter pylori, and another cause of gastric ulcer is taking in of NSAIDs or NSAID use, prolonged NSAID use. Now, it actually, or your gastric ulcer actually occurs in the alkaline producing mucosa of the stomach. Take note that the stomach has mostly acidic productions or acid, or your stomach is actually acidic. Okay. Now, if there are areas, for example, on or close to the lesser curvature right here, these parts of your stomach contains your alkaline producing mucosa of the stomach. So alkaline. So actually, it may be penetrated by the acid part of your gastric contents. So that's why it may perforate or produce an ulcer. So the bacteria induce an inflammatory response in the host that leads to an epithelial response, degeneration, and injury known as your gastritis. So this ends our discussion for Abdomen 2, Lesson 1. Thank you for listening and stay safe.